we live? It's not showing up. There we go. Hello and welcome to the stream. Tonight we're going to be playing some Factorio, except I'm not doing something that I've done on stream. I'm doing something that I haven't done off stream. So last time we were speedrunning, but I'm taking a little break from that. This time I'm showing you something I was working on last year. So I can't remember the exact details of the circumstance, but I ended up having a lot of time I was putting into playing Factorio offline, and I believe it was because people didn't tune into it on stream, so I figured I would enjoy it off stream by myself. I ended up putting far too many hours into one save, so we have 989 hours on one map, and I've not shown it, I think. So we're going to have a look around, and I might develop it further, but we don't have a ton of time tonight, so I might just give a tour of it. And depending on what people think, maybe I'll continue this in future. Maybe this will be just a little send-off for Factorio for a little while. We'll see. Bear with, I'm just trying to make sure everything's working, but it takes a minute. Also, the music likes to just stop. There will be another music track shortly. My gosh, this laptop's slow. I'm using two laptops to check the stream remotely. One of them is much slower than the other. Okay, that should be good. Right. Let's begin. Or should I say resume my save. So I took a break from streaming back at the start of 22, but I think I ended up doing a mix of things and procrastinating and doing a bit of Factorio, which turned into a lot of Factorio. Here it is. Board 115. So I'll show you real quick. What's that? Anyway. Just as you see the little preview images, this is how things progressed. Lots of driving and exploring, I guess. Oh yeah, this thing right here is a balancer for 3 different ingredients on one track and 1 ingredient on the other. I believe it was for high tier speed modules, which is why there are a ton of speed modules. I can't recall for sure. Right. Oh, this was the original base, and I ended up squeezing things around here. That's one of my nuclear outposts. I guess that's the fuel system, or liquid processing plant. One of the edges of my base. I ended up having a perimeter of laser turrets, and then expanded and expanded. And as I kept going, I ended up with unnecessary inner turrets, so I think I eventually removed them all. So I think there's just one perimeter of turrets now. I don't know what that is. Oh, I think that's concrete. Oh yeah, I used loads of concrete, didn't I? Loads of it. Yeah, this is all the way off the edge of the map, or map base. Got a train system, and I even had an artillery train circling the entire base. That is my request, create and expel system. So I had a whole bunch of things being crafted here. Oh, and you see off to the right here, that's the storage for it. Solar everywhere in the north middle. Why is nuclear? Oh, that's circuits. There we go, this is the artillery train going around the perimeter. I had a double line of power, so if ever one was broken by an attack, there should be like a buffer. So we don't need all the turrets. Oh yeah, I managed to turn the grid on at some point. I don't know how. So that's how the storage started. It ended up way taller than this eventually. Oh yeah, my huge iron bus. I love seeing the train go through all this devastation. You'll see here there are turrets missing. That's because I was trying to conquer new land. So they kept coming to attack where the artillery is coming from. I would have to reverse this and let the laser turrets take care of the attackers and then push forward again. So inch by inch I was getting more territory. I don't know what these things are because the symbols aren't there. What if I press Alt? No. Ah, this is where I was using... No. Was it using or producing? Producing tons of copper cable. But it was filling up the output bus too much. So I had to split and conveyor belt them, underground belt them out into these outer lines. Which really I should have had more lanes. Oh, I needed all of these to handle the massive amounts of resources going in and out of storage. Oh, hold on a second. There we go. Couldn't see my notices. So this is the circuit creation. You'll notice there's a lack of copper cable along the edge. So it was mass producing copper cable, sending them straight into it. So we'd have here like 8 machines sending into 4 machines. And the same on the other side. Plenty of iron there. Eventually I ended up pulling into the system with requester chests as well. Here is the balancer of 3 items, which were getting pulled back out and sent back in for whatever's being crafted up here. This would be some mining area, I guess. Harvest the copper, furnace it into plates, and then send it into a train. I don't know what that is. Fuel handling, the steel production, I don't know what that is. It's not just making green circuits, is it? I'm not sure what that is. Oh wait. Is it making red? I don't know. Coal going up here, that's probably plastics? Oh no, plastic was going in and coal in the other. Isn't it? No, it's coal and oil going in the left to make plastic, is that right? Oh, and then over here I've got something else using coal, which is not the same thing. Lots of exploration, as I was trying to conquer new lands. Yes, you'll see some massive junctions. I think I destroyed a bunch of those, so you won't see all of them. I got pretty good with the track building, but I don't remember it now. I don't remember whether it's right side or left. I think it's right. Good old artillery train. I ended up surrounding areas and artillerying them from every side, clearing them out and then just building into it, or harvesting from it. What is that? Lots of iron buffers. Oh, it's iron storage, isn't it? And then I guess that goes up to the requested chest. Yeah, so this is the iron production line. You'll see the many buses on the left into many furnaces and then out into many chests. They'll go up and export, but also go into some requested storage on the way, I guess. Here we go, this is where the storage gets much longer. We got much more crafting on the left. Wait, are these misaligned? What happened here? They were also wait, no, they weren't even nicely placed. Why are there gaps? Just exploring, I guess, and artillerying, and exploring, and I think there was an attack here where I nearly lost the train because it's damaged and there are bits of track missing. Oh dear. Fighting, more conquering. Yeah, so you'll see here the track has just ended. That's me trying to take new land, I guess. More harvesting. That's just in the middle of the base somewhere. It's just me running around. I've got super speedy exo legs at this point. Don't know what that is. Adding more buses, I guess. Or lanes to the bus. I think here I was trying to sort out the nuclear power balance, because you need balance of the two different types of uranium here. I think I got it sorted eventually. What's this export import thing? I don't know. Why is the iron being introduced? Oh, was it to make the canisters? Does that need iron? I don't remember. This is a harvesting area, so from here it would take the ores and it wouldn't process them. Sometimes you need iron ore, but you never need copper ore. So all the copper ore just turn into copper plates, but the iron ore I would send some to store and some to process. I had to travel a lot of water as well. Exploring. Exploring. And that's the last one. So, after 989 hours, 2 minutes 34 seconds, this is how far I got. Let's take a look. Now, if you were here on the last few days, you'll see how slow I was running around. I can now move this fast. Whoa, the game's freezing. What is going on? What's with the lag? Is it because it hasn't loaded this in a long time? Look at the size of my base! Maybe I had to play this offline because the stream couldn't handle it. So I've conquered so many lands up here trying to go up. And then I would go across and down and start to artillery this whole area. I think that was the plan. But it is really struggling. Jeez. What if I turn some of these off? Like the power, the turrets. And this is where all of my robot automation covers. Wait, what's going on here? Why are there reds? Oh, those are trains. Where is my artillery train? Oh, there it is. See this faint big red circle? Yeah, just about. So the artillery train will fire by itself, but also I can direct it to attack places. So right now it's just sat there with no ammo. But I could tell it, hey, shoot there. And it wouldn't be able to because there's no ammo. But you'll see around the edges of the map there's a load of bits shown and bits hidden. It's because when the artillery goes out, it shows the area. So anywhere I fire to gets revealed. So everywhere here has been shot at. And everywhere that isn't faint isn't a fog of war. So you'll see here there's fog of war and this side is fine. We've got radars showing everything within. So these things. And they will show more as we go along. See, it shows a little extra there. It'll scan new areas. Which is why some of this looks like it's scattered edges from the artillery, some of it looks like actual rectangles from being scanned. Is this running faster now? And you'll see I tried to put power everywhere, so I didn't have to worry about trying to get power anywhere. So it would always be there. Here I was trying to conquer new lands, and it looks like it's had a hard time. A lot of things struggling here. Oh, maybe that's what's lagging my game out. Lots of things missing construction robots. These guys are being destroyed? Ah, see, this is the problem. You start to surround an area, your robots go to fix things, but they get destroyed on the way. So I am way over here. Where's here? There. And the robots are getting destroyed down here. So what I should really do is clear this area out so the robots aren't dying. But I've got so many being automatically produced anyway, it doesn't really matter. At the main base we've got... Well, where's the first main base? I think it's here, isn't it? This is where I started everything with this little patch of water. This water has provided all the steam to get this whole thing going. Look at how slow my robots are going! So the solar power only is so good, and then you've really got to start using nuclear. Here is my original red production line. I think it's still the same one used. I don't know if I have another one. Going along to my laboratories over here somewhere. Oh, I can use the arrow keys, can't I? No? Okay, was. Yeah. There we go, so we got everything into here. So I've already finished the game on this save because I've done the rocket, but I started doing the satellite research. That's what the white science is. So we've got Science 1 red, Science 2 green, Science 3 blue, Science 4 and 5 yellow and gold. Got the military science and the satellite science. Oh, these are just being destroyed because there's nothing protecting them. That's pretty silly. Why did I do that? So I need to do a couple things here. I need to clear the enemies near me. But I'm so slow. I should be whizzing across the map, but I guess my computer can't handle streaming and playing this. It's a damn shame. Have I got anything running that I shouldn't have? Let's see. Memory, 5 gigs being used by Factorio, half a gig for OBS, and then everything else is less. Why is overwolf running? That should have been stopped. Ah, my PC must have restarted at some point because I've got a whole bunch of things running that I shouldn't. Let's try closing these. What else can I close? Get rid of all the damn programs that want to update. Is that it? There's another one. Okay, I think... oh, there's another one. I think I've closed everything that I can. How's that now? Still shockingly slow. Oh my gosh, I can't stream this? Well, I guess that's the tour then. I mean, I could look around a bit, but I can't really do anything on stream. I don't remember it running this badly. Hold on, where has it Factorio installed to? Has it installed to my external hard drive or my SSD? So if it's the hard drive, it's going to be slow. It's on the SSD, okay. I don't know why it's so slow then. It must be because I'm streaming at the same time. How much CPU, how much... 31% CPU used by Factorio. 68% memory across everything. So I should have loads left. I don't know why it's struggling so badly. Network, 1%. GPU, almost 20. Let's just try restarting the game now that I've closed those things. Also, look at those stats. 3,000 satellites sent out. Toggle rocket silo frame. Oh, okay. Right, let's just restart and see if it's any better with a fresh launch. 100% CPU. %, 50, 40, 30. $75 just before I hit load. 85. Man, I need a piece, a higher spec, more modern PC. I can't even stream Factorio. Yeah, that's way too slow. Well, unfortunately, I guess that's the end of the stream. It was not even half an hour. I can't really do much. I just managed to show off a little bit of my base. I'll show you a bit more anyway. So up here was the original base, wherever it was by the water. There. Yeah, loads of copper, red science, gun turrets for something. Oh, is that for the, yeah, for the military science. Gun turrets, grenades, ammo, extra powerful ammo, military science, uranium ammo, which is very nice. Loads of iron processing for all that. Gears, copper cable, circuits, green circuits, conveyor belts, inserters, and then green science. So that's my red and green science done. I left lots of little notes around for things to do, like there's oil there. You can see here this imports some iron off of the train. We've got a load of trains that come into here with their smelted iron. Why is there ore in that one? They go here, they dump it all into this. So this is the main production facility of the entire base. Tons and tons and tons of iron go in here from this side into all of these to make the iron. Why is it so empty though? It's getting some from above, but that's all. And that's what's being imported, where I just showed. So, what's wrong with the import down here? There should be loads down here. Did I cut it? Did it run out? That's a balancer and importer. So there was a patch being mined here. I think all the patches that were being mined have run out. Yeah, there's a tiny bit there. It's mostly empty. That needs to do one more strip. That is just being imported now, but this stopped? Why is it manual? It should be automatic. Unless it stopped it for some reason, so I'm not going to enable it now and screw things up. And this is a production line of some sort. It must have been harvesting from over here and here to manufacture in there, and then export all of the plates. You got this nice little queuing area for all the trains. And I tried to do this sort of setup where any train could enter and leave any direction. Always on the right lane though. There we go, you can see one going there. Lovely. And I tried to make it so that they wouldn't block up the junctions too much by having them wait before the junction. This copper's going nice. Almost completely full, and then it gets shrunken down into this where it's a bit bottlenecked. And then way more bottlenecked. That's not very good, is it? I need to be using it more. And then there's more copper manufacturing here, because I had like all of this, then the other. And the robots, I think I've just got too much robot automation. That's what's really slowing things down. I don't need hundreds of robots doing all this, but I do have them. I've got 22,000 logistics robots, 19,000 of which are being used. And all of my 92,000... Wait, no. Out of my 22,000 logistics, 19,000 are not working, so 3,000 are working, and my 92,000 construction robots are all working. Jeez. So in this main base, not the first base, the main base, we've got the copper cable production and copper cable production into the green circuit production. pipe production, steel, gears, mining drills, engines, red circuits, some bricks, some copper, and then above we've got loads of oil processing. So this takes the raw oil, it pumps out the three types, the heavy oil, light oil and petroleum gas. The petroleum gas gets pumped along to here for storage. As you can see, it's not full because I'm using it up nicely. At the same time, the heavy and light oil get used up, some of it to make lubricant, which will also be used later, and some of it from heavy oil to light oil. But maybe that's getting full. Maybe not, because that one's still open. Anyway, I've got a sort of back and forth circulating stock here to make sure no one part gets too full, and so it can go off in different directions. So then we've also got light oil into petroleum gas and some stuff into solid fuel. Then we take the petroleum gas and we make a lot of plastic. A lot of plastic. A lot of plastic. The same next to it, even more plastic, which I was then going to expand even further down, but it's kind of full. Also, we take some of the coal to make dynamite. So what is that? It takes dynamite. It takes coal and water and sulfur to make explosives. Yeah. We need those for the artillery and other stuff like cliff explosives. So then here we have the sulfur to sulfur production, to batteries, and to blue science, and solid fuel. We got furnaces being made, rocket fuel, uranium fuel, electric engines, or is it electric engine? Or is it advanced engine? Electric, yeah. And purple circuits. You can also see a bunch of things being imported, like here there aren't enough green circuits, so it's importing some. And some of the fuel is being exported. Then we've got the speed modules, the purple science, the gold science, and down here we've got all these individual types of things being created, but not too many. So this is a passive provided chest, so it's going to get full, and then if I want stuff it'll bring it from there, then it will make more. And here we have the requester chest, so I just tell it to get all the ingredients. So we've got so many things being made here, every different type of item. That was my goal eventually. In some of these you'll see there are more than one. That's because I needed the speed of them to be greater than just making one at a time. So the last thing I set up was cliff explosives, and then I've got two more things here ready to set up. And here we have a ton of storage. You can see there's far too much of the red circuits and the depleted uranium, or whatever it's called. And a ton of robotics, roboports. Reason being, all these little robots need to charge somewhere, and if I've got hundreds or thousands entering, I can't have them all queuing around a couple ports to be charged. They need hundreds of ports for any chance at a decent speed of being charged. Also over here we have a ton of coal storage because I'm going to need lots of coal all the time. especially for the oil processing and plastics and things like that. Then eventually over here we have the rockets and satellite production area. I can't remember what these things are even called. Rocket control unit is this lot. Low density structure is all of this. And the satellites are somewhere. So these take the highest level of circuit and the highest, oh no, the most basic speed module to make these. And then these take the steel, the plastic, which obviously requires the oil processing, and copper. So we've got processed iron. No, we've got double processed iron, we've got processed copper, and we've got processed oil and coal to make these. Rocket fuel being sent to the rockets. I'm not sure where the satellites are made then. But you can see these are working on creating a rocket. So you can see the satellites are queued up here. Where are they coming from? That can't be right. No. The satellites are here. Oh, they're put on from this side. That's the requested chest for satellites, but also they're coming along this belt, which has nothing. So they must be being made in my catalogue area. Around here with the rocket stuff, maybe? More rocket stuff. More rocket stuff. More. There it is, satellites. This is where all the satellites are being made. It has created 3,000 and I have sent 3,000. So yeah, this is the one machine making all the satellites. Also this makes the rocket silos, because why not? So what's wrong with this? Shouldn't it be making more? To make a satellite you need 100. Ah, that's it. It doesn't have enough purple circuit. Needs 100 purple circuits, 100 whatever it's called, fiber, structure, low density structure, 50 rocket fuel, 100 solar panels, 100 accumulators, 5 radars, and you can see that the purple is lacking because it's not in there. But this is requesting 100 of them. So in that case, why is it lacking? We've got so many being made here. When do they get put into the requester chest? Or the passive provider chest? Do they come down here? Some get taken into here for the speed modules, which that's fine, doesn't need any more. Some get put to this one. It comes along, it goes into the passive provider chest, but it's immediately taken out because this line is too empty for it to stay there long. So no robot is taking these. Ah. It goes along to here, and yeah, this is how you make the gold science. So the gold science requires a lot of copper cable, which is why it's got its own lane. It needs 30 copper cable, 1 battery, 3 processing units, which are the purple circuits, 1 speed module. So I can mix the little ones together, the battery, purple circuit, speed module. But the 30 copper cable, that's when it needs its own lane. I managed to set up this balancer that should equalize between the 3 ingredients and make the track only push through at the right rate, but because the purple one here is so empty, it's just gonna be off balance when it gets through, unfortunately. Why are no batteries going in here? Are these filtered? No, they can't be. So why is that? Huh? This is only taking from these. You can even see there was a battery that went through at some point, but it's not now. You can even see them going in there, but none coming out here. That's weird. I don't think I noticed that before. Why does that happen? Anyway. So they go in, they go up there, and I keep it moving so none of it clogs up, and so if anything gets used up too much, it's not going to cause a build-up of the other stuff in here as it goes along. As you can see, there's no purple circuit left at this point. If there were, what happens is, as it comes back down here, first of all it takes out the active provider chest, but that's disabled right now. This is in case I want to just flush the entire track and just clear it all out with this. It'll force everything to get sucked away. So what I actually do is bring it down and sort it. So this will take all the batteries out, take all the purple circuits, take all the speed modules. Then they go back in and they start over again to be rebalanced. The problem is there just aren't enough purple circuits to do this, which is why none of the satellites are being created. So how could we improve the purple circuit production? Well, it's looking to me like there's a lack of green circuits, even though the robots are trying to put them in, and they are requesting a ton of them, and they are filling them up. And these are actually looking pretty full. It's just these first ones that are kind of empty. So if I've got it balanced fine past the beginning, maybe I just need more buildings. Yeah, it's looking like I just need to repeat more of this further up. Get even more transported in. But of course, I don't want to do everything with robotics. It looks like it's super slowing the game down. So that's all of that production area. Now let's look at the trains. So we have the copper going in here, we have the iron coming in here. We have a little network of rails that connect everywhere. Some of them have these weird little loops and things, but that's just because they were there for a certain reason. Like this one is where it loads up the artillery shells and the fuel. Up here it goes into... oh, that's another artillery shell area. Oh yeah, this is the uranium processing area. So everywhere that has uranium brings it into here. Wait, where is it? Here. Isn't there a train? Wait, is it all by belt? I thought I had some by train. I guess I don't have any uranium trains. I never explored far enough to do that. This used to be in a uranium field up here somewhere. So I just harvested it and processed it here, I think. Anyway, so you get the raw uranium here. It comes in. It splits it first of all to make sure it goes into different lanes of processing. This turns it from raw uranium into processed uranium, which has the two types. You see it's got the light and the dark. That outputs into these underground tracks, which send it all the way up. And out they come here. They then get sorted by these filter splitters. So the lesser uranium is in the top, the left track. And the more energized, rarer one is on the bottom, right track. It goes along here, they get put into here, these active provider chests, which means that if this all gets full and backed up and everything, they just get pulled away from here so this doesn't overflow, or it doesn't back up and prevent all the processing. Once it gets into here, this is where we have the loop. So we want to take a light one and many dark ones. And it's a bit of a pain. Or is it the other way around? Is it many light and one dark? One light, 19 dark, and iron. Ah, that's why I need the iron. Wait, no, this is... What is that? Oh, that's the Covarex enrichment process. So you take 40 light, 5 dark, and you get 41 light, 2 dark. So this will use up 3 dark to make 1 light. But it requires a lot in to make a lot out. So we take a lot in of light and a few in of dark. And then we export the result into the next one, or along the buffer. So this will just keep making more light as it goes along, and this cycles the dark along. The top and bottom here are exactly the same except just the length. And then as it goes along and it's brought all the way back, some of it goes out. Where is it? Yeah, so if this right side is too full, then it means that the system is doing its job, and some of this gets sent down the same manner. If it's too full, it gets sent out this way. It will then push out to here. To here. So it takes a little bit of the light, as well as a little bit that has been requested, brings it along, makes uranium fuel cells, and then to stop this backing up and just being wasteful, these are actively taken away. So they'll get sent to there, or they'll be sent to anywhere else that needs it. The same goes for the dark, so that we can make the uranium ammo. So then the uranium fuel cells go along here, all the way down. We get a little recycle point here where the depleted cells come in and turn back into dark, and get sent all the way back up to be processed again. And I don't remember what this is. Oh, this is for the dark ones, I guess. But I ended up just leaving... Oh, yeah, because there were a lot of dark ones coming out, and I changed how everything works, so this doesn't even happen anymore. So then the fuel gets sent into here, and it makes lots of power for the base, but it also goes along to here to make more energy for the base, and here, and here. All of these nuclear reactors to make loads of fuel, energy for the base. Loads of them. All of these. And they suck up a ton of water as well. Now we've got bits like this where I import and export. So you'll see here this is loads of iron plate storage. Yeah? I tried to make a ton of storage for the trains. So we've got iron plates, iron ore, stone ore, copper plate, copper wire, coal. I don't know what this is yet. I don't think that's set up. No. And that's what I was going to do. Instead of everything being stuck in there for robots, I was going to make it store massively per item for trains. It's better to move things en masse by trains than individually by robots. So, from afar, we've got loads of iron being harvested. Like, here's a copper example. This will be brought along. Wait, is this even working? It looks like it stopped. Okay, yeah, it's technically working. It's coming here, it's being processed. So, I want a better example. One where it's actually being brought in. Yeah, so this is loads of iron being brought in and put into a train. In fact, there's a good circuit down here. Yeah, we get loads here. Different ores being harvested. So, train comes in here. We got several types of train that go through. So we got iron collecting here. Even though there's barely anything left, there was a big field of it here. We've got... oh, we got bypass lanes as well, so that not many things hold each other up. I don't know what that was. Or a copper by the looks of it. More iron. See, I like to have these little bypass lanes so that if something's in the way, something else can go past. And this might take a while to fill up, so it shouldn't hold everything else up. It's probably going to happen now. Yeah? Yeah, there we go. I tried to colour the trains as well to make it obvious what they are, so it's like a bluish colour for iron. And I'm going to guess that's a reddish colour for copper. This will take a bunch of copper. I'm not sure why that bypassed it instead of going through it, but whatever. Come on, road train. Get some copper. Yeah. That's right. So you'll see it open up and start taking tons of copper. So the same for the iron here, copper here. We've got some liquid that I haven't done yet because there are a few oil spots. More here, stone as well. Iron. I don't know what that's for. Some of them got used up, some have not been done yet. Oh, and you can see things are here still waiting to be done. Like these trees need to be cut down. We got little robots stranded trying to charge themselves. Iron hasn't been set up yet. Oh dear. More iron by far. Copper not set up. You'll see also there's a lot of lights on the track. It's so that I can have many places for them to stop and wait for each other, instead of waiting way far back. More iron. That's probably for the stone. Iron. Copper. Coal. Iron. 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 Stone needs to go somewhere. Probably there. Copper, iron, and copper, and coal, not yet. I'm nearly back out. Copper, there's some copper here that hasn't been addressed, but whatever. Probably just put it into this one. Iron, copper, not yet. Iron. Don't know what that is, probably uranium. But I haven't done any uranium by train yet. Maybe that's stone. Copper! Iron. 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 What's... I don't know what that is. Oh, maybe from here? Yeah, we gotta sort this out, that's gonna take a lot. I've got to sort that as well. I might just make a jumble train where it's got multiple things and they need to be sorted. I'll take it to a sorting plant. Lots of oil here, wow.
You've got mail.
Oh shush. I forgot I left that on. Oh, only now has it told me I can control my stream through my phone. That is so slow. It's an hour later. God, oh no, that's stone. Uranium maybe. Iron. Stone to be iron. And then it's out. So I just showed you this whole loop in here, dun 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 dun, through all of these, around up here and back down, and up and out. So what it does then is it takes it to the places where it's going to get used. So here it will take all of the copper ore, but because they're can be a queue. Like this is pretty full now. So it just stops briefly at each one of these and it unloads a bit. And while these are queued up, it's got a waiting area here to fill up. I don't know why that's there like that, but whatever. Weird. So that will take all of the ores in, it'll push it along bit by bit to the right into lots of furnaces, which then get pushed all the way down. I don't know why they're like that. Down, 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 more and more. And then separate them and put them in either side of the train, at 2 stops, so it can just stop briefly, load up, stop briefly, load up, and leave. And that's what this whole area is. Just a load of copper processing. And you can see there are other things lying around here which I need to extract. So that's all the copper. We've got the same for the iron over here. Much better waiting area. And this has been pretty full before. This guy is waiting now. So it's all green for him apart from where that train is. Once that train gets out of the way, which is waiting on the one in front, then it'll go. So it needs that whole area to be free. So it knows it's emptying now. It'll start going. I cut these tracks for some reason, I can't remember why. I think there was something else I was doing here and I decided not to. So I just made this simpler. And that's how the queue system works. It waits for it to be free here, otherwise it stays back here in any of these lanes. And if it is in one of these lanes, then the one behind it is waiting for it. And this is just passing through, it's unrelated to the first bit, it's just part of the queuing area. What's nice here is you can have different things queuing for different things and bypass each other to get past to the next area. So anything with the copper ore, the iron ore waiting here, won't prevent anything in a different lane from going past the whole area, even though it all comes through like this one junction here. If things are queued behind each other and they're 4 different places though, that will cause an issue, of course. Anyway, so this takes in all the iron, just like the copper did. It takes it along here, so you can see it starts splitting up here. That's just because it hasn't brought it all across, because these are all spaced out as well. Now this one's pretty full, so you can follow it down, and across, down, and across, down, across, and you'll see here is kind of full. But it's fuller the further we go down, because it's pulled it across from the left. Until you get way down here, and it's really full. Could do with bringing it across more, to be honest. Anyway, so they go all into their furnace. What's happened here? That's weird. Maybe there was something in the way there. They get processed, sent down. Huh? Oh, that's the second output. Right, yeah, so the main output is here. Man, I didn't even finish this output. What a mess. What a waste. I need to put some land there. So the first output goes along here. It splits it. And it puts it either side of 4. So it stops, takes, the train comes in here, stops here, takes some, moves along, stops, takes some, moves along, stops, takes some, moves along, stops, takes some. And this needs to go down south somewhere. I guess for this output it was going to go along to even more here. So the train can stop even briefer at more stops. So I think I missed a bit here where it actually brings all of the ores up here. It pulls up. How does it get here? Oh yeah, it goes into this waiting area. It pulls up, puts it into storage. It lets keep all of the ores here. Then it takes from the ores down to the processing. But I think that might just be where it goes after it's been to the processing, in case there's any left over in the train. And then we've got trains on top, taking from there, and cycling it back into processing. The same thing happens in iron somewhere. Yes, this one's actually empty because it's using it up. And then it puts some into storage, and it takes some to where it needs to go. And that would have been the next step if I'd continued doing this. I would have been taking from trains into production lines. So I'd take it, for example, from the copper plates to a place that makes copper cable, and then bring those copper cable to here. And clearly I didn't get that far, even after 1,000 hours. I spent so much time trying to conquer land because there's so much water. It's hard to get anything done when the water's blocking and you need large swaths of land. Like, you can see like the rail lines have got spread all over the place because I'm trying to have this infrastructure, and here like I've got a nice plot of land I can use for production, but it took ages to conquer it. And it's hard to do anything with stupid little islands like this, yeah? Which hasn't even been cleared out because the robotics facilities don't cover the area. It's just a void. What I really need to do is play on a map that is all land with occasional patches of water, rather than these massively segmented pieces of land. It's not too bad down here, it's mostly like solid land with a little bit of interference as you go further out. So it's good that I started the game here. It's just one patch of water. As you get further out, it's just a nightmare to deal with. I need a whole continent to produce things. Anyway, I think that'll be it, because I can't really show much. Can't do much, can't walk around. Which is a damn shame. You don't even get to see how fast I can actually travel. I can actually move really fast, but it barely shows it. I'm supposed to be going 10 times that speed. I got my little turrets everywhere. My bird forts everywhere. I think where I am right now is where I was taking down some turrets. So I would take away all of these along this edge and down here, because the enemies are further down now. In fact, I could probably take these out too, because it looks like the enemies are just here. There's none here, right? No, that's copper. This is all clear. Once I've got the radars in place and I can actually see things live, like so, then I can see it's completely clear of enemies. And I think what I was doing here was I was trying to destroy all the enemies on the way down, take this land, well, take it and destroy, and then take away all the turrets that were in between, because they do use up power even on standby. Even if laser turrets aren't fighting, they still eat up power. Drain 24 kilowatts. Yeah. But yeah, for some reason I put the turret there, the artillery there to fight. Take away some of these on the edge, and I left it there. Means it isn't going to do anything. This area on the left here is almost clear. There are lots of little bits. So what I really need to do is get the artillery going along here, and then run in between and just shoot everything. Whether it's with my shoulder turrets. Oops, I didn't mean to drop everything. Where's my shoulder laser? Oh wait, is it in my inventory? Oh, it's dropped on the floor now, isn't it? There they are. Yeah, so I got little shoulder turrets that I can put on and fight passively instead of having to use uranium ammo. Anyway, I'm not going to save any of this. I'm just going to end, and that's it. It's a damn shame that I can't really stream it. My computer struggles. I'll tell you my PC specs now, and one day I'll upgrade. I didn't realise it's struggling that much. So I'm running an i5-4430 Intel Core i5-4430 3 GHz, 16 gigs of RAM, 2060 graphics card, NVIDIA RTX 2060, I think it is. If I do manage device manager, yeah, that's better. Processor Intel Core i5-4430 CPU at 30 GHz. Looks like it's a quad core. My where's the RAM and device manager? Disk drives. I got an SSD 1TB. SSD doesn't say how much. I think it's another couple of terabytes. And I got 2 external hard drives. Where's my bloody RAM? Well, we know there's 16 gigs anyway. And the graphics card, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060. Yeah. So really, I need not an i5, but an i9 or 10 or 11, whatever the new thing is. And the graphics card, I need not a 2060, but a 1490. And the RAM could do with being upgraded from 16 to, I don't know, 128. Because why not? If you're going to go big, go massive, and then it'll be future-proof for a good few years. That's what I'd like to do. If anyone wants to contribute to that, that is more than welcome. So, that's it then. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed a little showcase of my 989 off-stream base. If I can upgrade the computer to show it off properly, maybe even continue it, then I'll happily do so. But in the meantime, that's going to be it. No more of that base. Thank you all for tuning in, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next stream, which will not be Factorio, I'm pretty sure. Bye.